All right, here we go. Welcome to the Artie's Attic Warehouse 13 Fancast, where a steampunk girl, a lifelong sci-fi fan, and a rocket scientist chat about the popular 2009 sci-fi series. There's never a dull moment with the agents dedicated to protect humankind from unexplained phenomena that manifest their powers in special objects. And there's all those friendships and relationships along the way. Grab a cookie while you can. Hope you don't smell fudge. Gear up with your Farnsworth, Tesla, and neutralizer, and let's have some fun by snagging it, bagging it, and tagging it. Welcome back to Artie's Attic. We're a Warehouse 13 fan cast. I'm the Warehouse 13 janitor, currently in New Hampshire, attending the memorial service for a regent killed in a boating accident since Artie lied about going. My name is SP.
Somebody's got to do it.
It would never be us.
Yeah, we got snag bagging and tagging to do.
Exactly. And introducing Artie's Attic lead agent and historian, who monologues her way through a job probationary period review. It's Agent Shannon.
Could be having bananas.
You'll have to go to the outtakes at the end of the show for that reference.
Different story.
And also joining us is the warehouse agent who breaks out very memorable movie quotes when confronted with an uncomfortable situation with a coworker and friend. It's Agent Carolyn.
That's true. I tend to make humorous situations very stressful and yeah. See, you just lost
I just tell dirty jokes. It normally goes away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Well, Pete normally would do that, but he was stressed too much that he couldn't.
Like a girl and a banana? Yeah.
Again, go to the end of the show. You'll find out what the banana is all about.
Banana.
We
Banana.
are continuing our Warehouse 13 series discussion with the episode that premiered on July 18th, 2011, 9 years before a COVID pandemic swept through the world, trying to just be like Typhoid Mary.
Nice one. Nice reference. Nice.
Too soon?
Nice.
No, it's pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That was a good one.
I'm referring
Well
to the
played.
Warehouse 13 Season 3 second episode, Trial. The IMDb description is, the team becomes involved in a number of cases where people undergo traumatic mental aberrations that see them regress to their childhood. The team searches for a cure as well as a possible connection to a high-profile murder case. Shannon, this was your favorite episode ever.
No.
What?
You know what? I think the best thing about this episode are the Claudia and Jinx back and forth.
That was
Right?
Those were really good.
You have episodes that to me are just for fillers, right? I think this is a good filler. They needed something for when Myka came back. They couldn't just jump into it. It was okay. It wasn't one I will watch over and over again.
How many times have you watched it?
Probably less than 5.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
It was different because now you have Myka talking at the beginning of the episode because she was
Mhm.
had some anxiety and she was worried that the team is going to accept her back. And, she's been, they didn't say how long she's been gone, but probably a couple months. They didn't have a chair for her. But of course,
Don't freak out. Don't freak out. There's no
Okay.
chair for me. Don't freak out.
and you get to see that obviously there is a temporary hold for when the agents come back, but she's got to go through the probation period because Kusan was there.
I think they just put that process in place after they were fooled by HG.
Yes.
Yes. Foiled. Foiled.
So again, I don't hate it. There's been other ones that I've disliked more, but it's not one I would go to.
The entirety of season 5.
Shh. Shh.
We'll get there when we get there,
Too
I
soon,
guess.
madam. Too soon. Too soon.
Well, we do find out that Pete still has, and Myka's hit on it really hard, and she should have known about it beforehand, but it's Pete's feeling of abandonment, and she just hit it center on the target, and he doesn't say anything about it. He's passive about it. I won't say he's passive aggressive, but he's passive about it. Myka finally has to corner him and say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but even then, he didn't say it. His alter ego as a child said it. So she would have got that out of him if he hadn't been under the influence of the artifact.
Wouldn't that be kind of a fun artifact to be under the influence of, just for a little bit anyway?
To be a kid again?
Yeah.
Go back and just be a kid and have no responsibilities and just be able to draw.
Hey, just yesterday, I was coloring yesterday.
Hey, you're hot. No, this is going to stop right now.
Well, at least he was accurate. And something that you'll notice, I think, later on, and again, because I've watched it so many times, but later on, you'll notice that this season, Myka starts dressing more like HG.
You've mentioned that before, and I've noticed.
So the way, because before, like in the first 2 seasons, she was always proper. She had a shirt tucked in. She had an overcoat sometimes. Her badge was on her hip, or her gun was on her hip. And then now, she's wearing the overcoat and shirt that hangs down and tights and boots up to the knee. I think she's missing somebody to slip it. Still pissed at her, but she's missing her.
She does reference her.
Yeah, Claudia's happy to have Myka back because it prevents a sausage party.
Sausage fest. Yes.
Yes.
Sausage fest.
We don't like sausage fest.
Like,
no sausage. I'm allergic to that too.
I'm allergic to sausage.
Really?
Actually, honestly, I think it's a sage, but it's all the same. So yeah, to me, it's not my favorite. I think, like I said, you had a good filler. They had to explain what it is that Pete's feeling. You get to see that for the first time, Claudia gets to go out on her own, where she is expected to do well because now she has her own partner.
She's the senior field agent.
Senior agent.
As she reminded Jinx many, many times, but like,
has it been 5 minutes?
You're a child, So, I mean, I love automatically their friendship, and their friendship is what seals this season.
Well, they did have a very awkward scene because they were sitting in the car waiting for the guy to come out with the butcher knife. And Claudia thinks that Jinx is hitting on her. And she's like, well, if you haven't gotten me out of your system in like a year, maybe, but I really want to concentrate on my career. And he says, oh my God, I'm gay.
I'm gay.
And then both of them just sort of pause and go, oh.
Awkward.
She's like, well, I was looking for a reason to be completely mortified with myself today. So, yeah. I
love it when she says, come to think of it, it's kind of weird that I don't have any gay friends because I'm totally awesome, right?
I'm totally fabulous. I'm absolutely fabulous. And Jinx is like, well, that's true. And then she comes out with the fact that, well, I did have somebody, but that was somebody else's personality. So that didn't really count in the institution. And then she says, I just mentioned that I was in an institution. I guess today is sharing day.
So again, to me, they had the best lines, and I was waiting for it. So I guess it's in another episode of them sitting in a car. But I loved her Angela Lansbury quote.
Yes.
That she did.
Yes.
But I like their friendship because I've got a best friend that's very similar to the goofiness and the cracking up and not taking things serious until you have to take things serious. I have one of those, and of course he's gay, but makes me laugh so hard every time I'm out with him. But I think I just think that the A story of Pete and Myka was way serious. The B side story, they were having some fun, and Steve got to finally see that we don't chase people, we chase objects,
artifacts. Yes, artifacts. We don't chase bad guys, we chase artifacts. And Claudia's new nickname for him is Mr. Poopy Pants.
For now,
I'm sure your daughters will probably love that one.
Point one to you, Mr. Poopy Pants. Yes.
And then Claudia's little dance, me, 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 me.
The cha-cha. Yeah, I think she had some fun with that.
This was directed by Konstantin Makris, and he has had a total of 9 episodes of Warehouse 13. This is his 5th one, so the middle one. In the past, we have seen him do Burnout, Mild-Mannered, Beyond Our Control, and Reset.
Nice.
And then he has another one in season 3. He has 3 more in season 4.
See, I like all the ones you just rattled off. This one is just a very slowed down version of the greatness from the other ones.
Yeah. He's an award-winning Primetime Emmy winner for Law and Order. He's done 63 directing episodes of Law and Order, so that's there. And then it was written by Drew Z. Greenberg, who I know very well.
I've heard that name before.
Yeah. He has 1 episode of Firefly, which there was only, 14? So
there wasn't that many.
Yeah, so he's got 1 of them. 44 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 22 episodes of Smallville, 19 episodes of Star Wars Clone Wars, which I appreciate very much. 1 episode of Caprica. 8 episodes of Warehouse 13. So this is appropriate. His first episode was Claudia.
One of your favorites.
Yeah. The next episode is For the Team.
Good one.
Yeah, the next episode was Where and When.
I don't remember that one.
That's when they go back in the past.
Oh, the past with the
HG's time machine.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He also is Drew Z. Greenberg is noted in the CW Arrowverse. He has written 6 episodes of Arrow and 13 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but he's been in the production house quite a bit too. So I have followed him for a long time.
That would be why.
And we've talked about him before, but just wanted to bring that up here. And as far as guest stars, there were a couple that they're not A-listers, but B-listers. The first one is Alexandra Castillo. She played the surgeon that lost her memory during the surgery.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you don't see her very quickly. I mean, she just a quick thing, and then she disappeared.
Right. She's got 85 acting credits since 1999, and I took a few out, including 1 episode of Fringe, 1 episode of Warehouse 13, so we don't see her again here.
Did she die in all of the other ones?
I don't think she died. 8 episodes of Lucky 7. Do you guys remember Lucky 7? But it seemed to be one of her biggest episode counts, so I threw that in there. Shannon, I know you know of this series. I can't remember if you've seen it before, but she did 1 episode of 11/22/63.
I have watched it, yes. Okay. I haven't finished it, but I have watched it. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's about Kennedy.
Yeah, the Kennedy assassination. And time travel.
It's time travel, yeah.
Through a closet.
It's actually I can't remember which
is it a wardrobe?
No.
You don't go to Narnia?
There's no lions involved. No.
Oh.
It is time
but
travel.
I like Gasland.
But it's very much a cop show kind of. I mean, it's hard to explain, but it's really, I can't remember which platform I watched it on. Might be Hulu?
I think it's Amazon.
Amazon?
I think so. But you might be right. I don't remember specifically. So
it's been a while since I watched it. I don't think I finished it, but they were just about to find Lee Harvey Oswald.
Well, I know a friend of mine that does a sci-fi podcast, Smoking and Drinking in Space. He is really enamored with it. It's one of his favorite series. So, yeah. And talking about sci-fi, she was also in an episode of The Expanse. I don't remember which one. I don't remember who she played. It was just 1 episode, so it doesn't really matter all that much, right? 2 episodes of Handmaid's Tale. And I think this gets to be more of, she might be catching on a little bit. 4 episodes of DC's Legends of Tomorrow as a character called Gloria Cruz. So she had a continuing role for 4 episodes. And then 5 episodes of a series, and I have not heard of this. Shannon, maybe you have. Orphan Black Echoes.
Echoes?
I have heard of it. I haven't watched it. I think it's a I don't know if it's a continuation or if it's a whole new storyline or...
First time I ever heard of it.
I know it's out. It's out there, I think.
Okay. And then the other character that is quasi well-known is Jason Blicker, who played Aaron Sawyer. I don't remember who exactly Aaron was.
I don't remember who that was either. Sadly, no.
I don't know if he played the dad or I think he played the dad that was trying to steal.
The dad that was going to take the cancer away from his son because
leukemia.
That's what he was using the butcher knife for, because he'd researched everything else, and then he heard about this obscure thing that could possibly transfer a sickness, kind of like it transferred the bum knee that he gave the guy
to
Artie.
Hey, it works. Okay, I'll use it now. That was a cool thing. That was a cool moment for Claudia and Jinx to realize that the bad guy that they thought was a bad guy turned out to be he's just doing it for his son.
Mm-hmm. His son has his whole life.
Right, and damn the consequences. Yeah, you go ahead and take mine. It's not fair.
All they cared about was the artifact. Give me the artifact. You're going to die anyway.
Well,
that was like the record player one that we did earlier.
Of episodes where they're not there to arrest. It costs somebody else. We just want this.
Yeah, we don't arrest the bad guys. We just want the artifacts.
Jason has 126 acting credits, which is a lot, since 1986. The first notable one that's relevant to us is in 1988. He was in Iron Eagle 2. I don't remember who he played, but he was in Iron Eagle 2. Not the original one, but the second one. He was in one episode of War of the Worlds. He was in one episode of Kung Fu: The Legend Continues. He was in the 2004 movie, The Day After Tomorrow. He was in one episode of Warehouse 13, so this is the only one. And then after this, he was in one episode of Lost Girl.
Which one of the guys is this? One of the teenage boys?
This was the dad.
This is the dad that wanted to take the cancer away from his son.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, one episode of Lost Girl, one episode of Nikita, and then 2 episodes of The Umbrella Academy.
I love Lost Girl.
Yeah.
I started watching Umbrella Academy, and I got going on something else that I really wanted to watch, and I still need to go back and watch the rest of it. It was good. I just haven't finished it. There needs to be more time in a day.
Yeah, and you need to stick on like what you got sent. Have you opened it and watched any episode yet? Is there any episode you watched yet?
I haven't even started it yet.
Chica. Oh my God.
Not only was she sent the DVDs, but she was sent a DVD player.
Oh, okay. Don't make me come over there.
Well, maybe I don't want to watch it. I'll make you come over here.
I'll gladly come over there. Let me fly up there. I got the money.
All right.
We'll get all 3 of us. We'll do a watch party.
And we can do a podcast while I'm there.
Hell yeah.
All right. We can do that.
Speaking of podcasts with friends, I've got an old friend, SP, that you might remember from the Defiance days, that she wants to come on and do an episode of Warehouse 13 with.
Okay.
So,
does she have a specific episode, or she just wants to come on?
No, just come on. But she introduced her son. She's got 3 sons. She lives up in New Jersey. 3 sons. Yeah, she introduced them to Warehouse 13 and they got hooked. So I'm like, hey.
Does she want to come on with the 3 sons?
No.
Okay. Well, she's welcome on. The next recording we're going to have, I can't think of a better place to put it than here. We're not going to have an episode next week. So in 2 weeks, we will come back with an episode, but no episode next week because I won't be here. And these ladies don't want to record without me.
We can't do anything without our janitor.
I am that good.
He is.
Gotta have the janitor.
We just show up and look pretty and like talk, and then he does all the hard stuff.
Like I get overly excited and look at my history, and then we need him. So we couldn't do any of this without him.
Yeah. No.
But question, real quick. So just like the gentleman that I spoke to over Twitter this past week, she doesn't need any big equipment. She just needs SteamYard, right?
Yeah, she can connect on StreamYard. Yeah, it's not SteamYard, but StreamYard. Yeah. Yeah, I would just send her the link.
Steampunk. Woo. Okay.
All right. So talking about history, Typhoid Mary, what do you know about her?
Let's see.
She was a real person.
She was.
Like many of the stories they pull off here. She was, what do they call those people that, asymptomatic?
Yeah, she was a carrier. Yeah.
She was, asymptomatic. She didn't know
Asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic.
Whatever that.
Yes, she was that. And she didn't know that she was carrying it. She didn't know, and she was like she was a volunteer. She was out there on the field and helping the soldiers, and then they imprisoned her.
Yeah, because she was getting everybody sick and she refused to take corrective action. Her real name was Mary Mallon. She was born on September 23rd, 1869, and passed away on November 11th, 1938. She's commonly known as Typhoid Mary. She was
in New York?
Irish-born American cook who has believed to have infected between 51 and 122 people with typhoid fever. The infections caused at least 3 confirmed deaths, with unconfirmed as many as 50. She was the first person in the United States identified as an asymptomatic carrier of the pathogenic bacteria.
That word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Easy for you to say.
Yeah. Wasn't she? It was in New York. I'm going to say it was New York.
Yeah, North Brother Island, New York.
Yep.
Is where she passed away, and her resting place is in the Bronx.
And there for a while, she was kept in quarantine on the Staten Island where stroke moment. What's the name of the island where?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the island.
I've been there.
Too.
I did a lot of genealogy there.
North Brother Island, is that? That's where her quarantine was. North Brother Island.
It's where they had a lot of the immigrants come through in New York.
Are you talking about Ellis Island?
Thank you, Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Ellis.
Yeah.
Well, her quarantine wasn't at Ellis; it was at North Brother Island.
Further on, further up in the harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was her butcher knife, I hope, was from her cooking days and not her.
She was a cook. Yep.
Hatching off people's parts.
You are morbid today.
She wasn't murderous. She was just.
I can't help it. It was a stressful day.
I mean, she did kill 3 people, but not that way.
Well, no, I was thinking, she was volunteering, helping people, so she would need to help because it was dying or something.
No, she didn't need to hack anybody. She didn't hack anyone. Oh. That was like the wrong lady from the other episode.
Why would her cooking implement end up being the thing that gets imbued?
Because that's what she used all the time.
Okay. Just things that make it. Bubble Guppy? Is that what we're... Bubble Guppy?
There is an episode coming, and I can't remember which season it is, but it is where Mrs. Frederick explains to Claudia how artifacts get made. What causes them, what events are about to happen that causes this moment to create that object to be imbued. It's coming. I still remember the episode or season.
It was cute that Claudia was really stressed out because she was not doing that her whole case was not going well, and it was just bad, and she just wanted to impress Artie, and then Artie wanted to actually just be there, and he showed up, and she's like, "Why are you even here?" He's just, "Do you want to talk about why you're mad?" She's like, "I'm not mad.
Move over, I'm doing awesome things."
Yeah. And then he says, "Well, I actually came because I wanted to watch you in your first case." She's like, "You wanted to watch me?" What was it? She's like, "Why are you spying on me?" He's like, "It's only the good kind of spying." "Oh, what? Like, here's some flowers and a puppy and some spying kind of good spying?"
She has the best line.
It was your first case, and I wanted to see how you did. She's like, "Oh, well, it's kind of a train wreck." And he's like, "Well, no, you were thrown a curveball." And as soon as they figure out where the artifact is and they can go get it, Artie leaves. And she's like, "Well, don't you want to come?" He's like, "No, I trust you. You've got this." So it's kind of neat to see that growth
Jinx kept
in
saying,
her.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
Yeah. That's really annoying sometimes.
He only actually said that once. It appears he does come in and says a couple of things, but he only says "you're not lying" once. And it was to point out that Artie wasn't lying about just wanting to be there to see her, which I think was important because if I'm Claudia, I don't believe you.
Right.
You are here to make sure I don't screw up, and I screwed up.
And Jinx was like, "It's bad timing."
Yeah, well, and Jinx comes in and says, no, he's telling the truth. He really wanted to come see you succeed. And then she's like, "Oh, And then she's like, I got to do this. At that point, she turned from I'm embarrassed to I'm going to fix this.
The other funny part with Jinx was when they were questioning the other gal who was bidding against Claudia for this knife. And they come out to the auction guy and they're like, well, she's probably lying. And Jinx is like, no, she's not.
No. How do you know? We just know.
I just know. Yeah, I just know. How scary would it be, though, if you are on that plane where that pilot suddenly just says, oh my God, I don't even know where I am. I don't know what I do. Just get me out of here. And all of a sudden you have no pilot and he comes running, screaming through your plane.
Happens all the time. They get drunk and they start running down the aisles and throwing off their clothes and right? Swinging around their ties. Yeah, that's why there's two of them up there.
Banana time. Okay.
Because that would freak me out. Or in the middle of a quadruple bypass and you've suddenly lost your memory on how to
be a problem.
Finish the
that
surgery.
Would freak me out more than the pilot because there's a backup pilot. It's not a backup surgeon.
Well, there was. The head of the surgery had to step in.
Yeah, but they had to stabilize the guy to get the surgeon in there.
Yeah, that's more of a problem.
Yeah, that would freak me out.
I'm assuming the pilot didn't make it, right? Because he regressed so far.
Yeah, no. They never say.
They didn't finish it, but he was gone by the time they came back through there.
I think he didn't make it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you assume, but,
This is a morbid series, so yeah.
At least he got to color before he got to go.
Right.
I was just coloring yesterday. It's not all cracked up to be anymore.
It was cute that Myka was in there and she says, you're a really cute kid when Pete was still being the kid that he was. And he says, my dad calls me a charming varmint.
Charming varmint. Yep.
I'm a charming varmint.
We get a Star Wars reference.
We get all kinds of references. Star Wars was first, though, which is very important.
Lay it on me. I don't remember it.
The Force will be with you always.
Yeah, she's like, you can say anything. Man, then you know that takes some practice.
Okay, well, then here I go. And then he says, how many? Okay, I know that SP looked him up. So of them. What was it, SP? Name them all.
The Force will be with you always. Also, release the Kraken. This is Chinatown, Jake. So stay classy, San Diego. And pink is my signature color. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. I think we're going to need a bigger boat. Yo, Adrian, I did it. And say goodnight to the bad guy.
That's 9. He did 9 of them.
Yeah, it was a lot. I was like, oh my gosh, I was trying to think of all the references of those movies. He must have had fun playing that part.
Clash of the Titans, Chinatown, Anchorman, Apocalypse Now, Jaws, Vietnam. Scarface. That's Apocalypse
Say hello to my little friend.
Yep. So, my favorite scene was probably the one where Artie came in and had to own up to being there to watch Claudia succeed. That was my favorite scene. My second favorite scene was the one that was subtly played throughout the entire episode. That was Myka narrating her time back through her testimony. And it kind of is a little weird when you watch it again from the beginning because she's like narrating the day versus her testimony, but it's all supposed to be her narrating her testimony at her probationary hearing. And that is it's cool all in various different ways because she's like, oh, I'm back. I hit a light socket at 20 feet. I'm back.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. One inch light socket. It was a 1 inch.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. I may or may not have tried that myself.
Uh-huh. but mentally,
did you succeed?
Oh,
yes. Yeah. Did you? Yes. No. No. That's a no.
I was on the Academy rifle team. I'm a sharpshooter.
Then could you do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
20 feet's not that far for a handgun.
We need to go to Ohio.
Yeah.
We do.
I still want to go Daytona with you.
I'm leaving on Sunday, so you have until then.
Daytona.
Road trip.
It's actually Port Canaveral that I'll be staying in, but yeah.
Road trip. I can do road trips. I'm pretty good at it.
Well, I'll be doing one.
I don't want to do one from here. That's really long. I've done
like
that.
6 days. Yeah.
I've done that before. I don't want to do that again.
I've driven. I think the furthest I've ever driven was from here, from Dallas, all the way up to DC, and we got there in less than 24 hours because we didn't stop.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a long one.
It was
But it was you and Sean were driving, right?
Yeah, we took
Switch off.
turns.
Yeah.
So, but I was used to it, and he wasn't because I was already working armored at the time. So, being in an armored van, you're in there for like 10 to 12 hours every day. So, he would get tired. I'm like, okay, I'll do nights, you do days, or vice versa. And we actually got a hotel in Nashville that we just skipped by because when I drove by, it looked really, really sketchy. I'm like, we'll keep going.
Probably a wise idea.
We'll keep going through Nashville. So, yeah, and then we drove, and then we ended up getting up in DC, and then we drove, I think, to Delaware. I think so, and then we had to drive all the way back down. And that time we took a different route. I went through Pennsylvania and Valley Forge, and come down to West Virginia, and it was really pretty up there.
It is really West pretty Virginia.
Up there.
Well, yeah,
I'll be going through West Virginia on Sunday. Virginia, headed down to Savannah is where I'm going to stay Sunday night.
Savannah, you're going all the way down to Savannah, Georgia.
And then driving,
and then down from Florida. Savannah to Florida.
Oh, never mind, Florida. Oh yeah, you're going.
I'm
down
like, where's your geography? What do you do?
It's along the way.
For some reason, I was thinking you just had to go straight across, but no, that wouldn't be straight across. Okay, you need to go down. Savannah, man. I know I am a Texas girl through and through, but if I can move anywhere that I've been before that I loved, it would be Savannah. Beautiful and so much history.
Unfortunately, I'll be hanging out at the airport, a hotel near the airport. I'm not going to do any exploring or anything. It's going to be a long drive followed by another day of driving. So
why don't you fly?
Very tired butt.
Because I got to haul my daughter's luggage.
Huh?
She's flying down.
Dad.
Oh, I was like, what?
You're way too nice. I'd just tell her to pack it with her and fly.
Well, I mean, there's car reasons and stuff like that. Anyway, what do you guys think of the bifurcated artifact?
Are we talking about a bifurcated artifact, you think, Myka?
I think so, yeah.
You know, I liked it when she was, when Myka was grilling Lena. And of course, Lena, she's like, oh, I can't just really, I'm not going to tell you what I read as orb. You know something, don't you? And then she says real quick, what are you talking about? Girl things. He's like, ew, gross.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete, ew, gross.
I say that in this household so many times. When you be asking, what are you talking about? Girl things. He's like, do I want to know? No. They go, la, 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 la.
I think
he's mentioned that before. He's like, do I need to know? Do I want to know?
Do I need to know? No. Okay, then I don't want to know.
Yeah, so all three of us are Bluetoothing at the same time.
I think this is the second bifurcated artifact that we have. The first one was Edgar Allan Poe, right? His book and his pin. So this one is the tie clip and cufflinks. And
there was another one.
How you get your memory back is the
the griffin.
Oh, the griffin, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the griffin. Was that a bifurcated, or was it just two?
Because there's two. Yeah, one on two and two different.
They never called it a bifurcated griffin.
No, but it obviously is because the heads come off, they switch, and
that's true. That's true. That's true.
By two, yeah,
4.
It was so cute.
Lights.
Myka was showing Pete. Now watch this. And she had the bag and dropped the.
Look at the shiny objects.
Look at the shiny object. And dropped it in the bag, and it makes a big spark. Ooh, Pete gets all excited.
Yeah. Well, this fully brings Myka back. I'm kind of glad that they did this, especially on the heels of HG just coming back and doing the things that she did. The Regents had to do something like this in order to bring her back. I think this whole thing with Myka leaving, though, I don't know if it was necessary. Shannon, what do you think? Do you think it was necessary from the end of last season to bring it into the second episode of this season? In total, it's 4 episodes when you count the Christmas episode. So it's a long time.
Do I think what's necessary for her to have this kind of closing?
For her to have left and come back.
Do I think it's necessary? No, but for her character, she was always by the book. She was always, when you're not by the book, that's when accidents happen, right? That's when she lost her boyfriend. So being not by the book and letting her emotions get the best of her, she'll have a Sam incident all over again. But now it could be with her partner, it could be with her family that she's chose, right? So that guiltiness that she had, I think it would have been out of character for her to have so many emotions about not doing things the correct way with Sam, and then allowing her to be caught up so much with HG, right? Because it wasn't just a friendship she was feeling, and that's not the whole reason she let that get the best of her. She caught emotion and feelings for her, so she let herself be clouded by it. So I think if in the early season, if we saw how upbeat and like a tightwad like she was for the way things were done with service and how things would happen to Sam, if he would have just waited and she had all that guilt when they were at the prison, right? I think if it would have been true to her character if they just let this part slide. So I think maybe not so many episodes. I mean, but really the Christmas season didn't count.
That's fair. It didn't because
it was out of place. But yeah.
So we have an update. Shannon has an A team and a B team, and the A team, and if I remember correctly, you discounted her when we were talking. I brought her up and discounted her, but in the past week you said, nope, she's on the team.
Well, let me just tell you.
I mean, she did find a picture.
I have a drawer that is from pinups and stuff that I had on the wall when I was a teenager. Okay. They still actually have the holes in them. So I found stuff from her and stuff from Susanna Hoffs, which take a moment to remember that one. Lead singer of the Bangles. Yeah.
I think you're going to have to say who it is.
Lucy Lawless. Right? So I get to look in, and I had lots of stuff of her on my wall when I was a teen. But that's when, well, not teen, I was probably in my early 20s. Because Xena started, I'm going to date myself here. Xena came out in 1996, and I had graduated in 95. So 19? I was about 19 when it came out?
Yeah.
Oh, you're hurting me.
Yeah, I know.
Youngin'.
So I just remember having all these posters. Now, I remember even when I got married, I had Xena door poster. It didn't faze me. Look at my poster. It's coming with me. It's a package deal.
And Sean was like, yep, okay, it sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, duh.
He's like, I don't mind it. I'm like, good, because it's coming. Right. So going through this stack of things that I had on my wall. Again, I had a lot of Susanna Hoff stuff. And then I opened up it as a centerfold. And at first all you see is her butt. I had to correct my word because you would have to beat me out. Right. You see the back end of her. I'm thinking of you. And then I'm like, where's the front? Where's the front? And then the front. But while I was looking for the front of that centerfold, I found that one. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then it was dated 1997. I'm like, oof. Yeah, I think we were like 21. So, yeah. So she got put on the list because I remember, the Lucy Lawless from back then. But then I remember Lucy from Spartacus. And she belongs on the list.
All right. So do you have any idea how many you have now placed on your A team?
No, because
Does it really matter?
She told me I didn't have to take anybody off. So
She didn't have to.
I quit counting.
All right. Well, I'm asking, do you know how many are in your A team harem?
Probably about 10, 12, maybe more.
There's 12. Can you name them all?
Cat Burrell.
Okay.
Lucy now.
Who?
Lucy now.
Lucy Lawless.
We're gonna put. Did I put Did I put Haley Atwell there on A?
Haley Atwell is on the list.
Amanda Tapping.
Amanda Tapping is. I thought she was. Yep, she's on the list. You got 4.
The girl from two bosses there.
Melissa O'Neill.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, two bosses there. Wasn't the girl from Orphan Black there?
Oh yeah, Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah.
Yep, she's on the list.
Can't remember who I'm missing. They all kind of blend together in my dreams.
You got 6 more. You've named 6.
That's
You've
valid.
named Haley Atwell, Kat Burrell, Amanda Tapping, Tatiana Maslany, Melissa O'Neill, Lucy Lawless.
Right there's the type.
Yeah, well, there's 6. You got 6 more. What are we watching? What are we podcasting about right here?
Oh yeah, the people from this podcast.
Myka. Not Joanne, but Myka.
Not Joanne, Myka. Yeah.
I think she was number 2.
She's on the top of the list that I have, but
Yes.
I mean, we didn't quantify.
Yeah, there's no one above Myka, but
No. But she's not the only one from the
who else
show.
do I have on there? I don't remember. They all run together.
Really? Jamie Murray?
Yeah.
Okay. Emily Blunt?
Yes. She did a wonderful Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what she said.
She's done quite a bit. She was also in a
She was in that movie with Tom Cruise, and I don't like Tom Cruise, but she's really, really great in that movie. The
Live, Die, Repeat. Yeah.
Oh, it was an amazing movie.
She was, I want to say, a CIA agent or an ATF
She was
agent
in
or whatever.
Silence?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And of course, with her husband in the Quiet Place.
Quiet Place.
There was also a drug, and I thought it was Silent something. There was a drug thing about a drug war across the border. She was an agent, something like that.
She was in Cruise Boat?
Is that what that is?
No, I'm just saying that was a Disney movie. Was it in Cruise Boat?
Oh, yeah, Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
She was in Jungle Cruise?
Yeah, that was her.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Sarah Sahi. Kate Beckinsale. Did we just break you with that?
She just had a moment.
Who wouldn't that break when she's wearing her outfit from Underworld? Who would that not break? If you're not broken by that, then you're not alive. Because, God dang it.
I think Kate just found her way to the top of the list.
If she's wearing that outfit, then yeah.
The only one that doesn't fit in with my A list right there is my Kat Burrell, because she doesn't look anything like the other ones. If you look at it, I still think she's really pretty. I like her, but
you know what was on Hallmark Channel right before we were recording tonight? Shifting Gears. Yeah.
Shifting Gears. You know what? She did really well in that.
There's a whole series now in development. She's not part of it, but there's a whole series in development about shifting gears. It's the same concept, but it's not on the Hallmark Channel.
See, as much as I like her, she has a lot of other Hallmark stuff out there, and I just cannot sit through it. It's just like the acting that I'm used to her being the cop that she played on Winona. I'm used to that Nicole Hot, character that she played. To now, she's this really little girl that's over here on the Hallmark Channel, and I'm like, I can't get into it.
By the way, we missed one.
She needs handcuffs.
Legend of the Seeker.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember her name.
Bridget Regan.
Bridget, yep.
Okay, that's your A list. Your B list, and I'm not going to ask you to recite it. Catherine Bell, Eve Miles, Gates McFadden, and Rachel Nichols.
Yeah.
Rachel Nichols is also on my list. So we know 2 people on my list, Rachel Nichols and Ashley Williams.
Yes.
Ashley Williams was the girl from last week's episode.
Was the FBI, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The one with the horrible Southern accent, yeah.
And everybody that you have on your list, I like, but I don't necessarily, the closest would probably be Melissa O'Neill. Not necessarily on my list, but I like them all.
Gotta have Melissa.
Well, if given the choice, my answer is yes.
After you have Kate Beckinsale.
I mean, okay.
Twist his arm.
And after Myka.
But officially, Ashley Williams and Rachel Nichols, those are the two. All right.
I wonder which between Melissa and Kate would make a great Xena at the moment.
Melissa O'Neill and Kate
Could play
Beckinsale?
Like a reboot of Xena.
I think Kate would be too old.
Well, Tatiana could probably do it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, as many characters as she's played, then yeah,
Heck,
probably.
One could be Xena and the other could be... They could be both there.
And I'd watch it.
See? I mean, there's two of them, right?
I'm here for it. I got it.
And matter of fact, in that case, the secondary character then becomes more important, right? So it's a duo versus just Xena.
I like the way you think.
I know you keep me around for some things.
I think it's why y'all keep me around.
Editing the podcast and then coming up with lists, apparently.
Yep, that's your thing.
Like, what the hell are they talking about? It's a thing. It's a thing.
So I was looking at this and I liked the episode a lot more than you did. I liked the episode because it is Claudia's first time out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't as good, though. I tried to compare it with the actual Claudia episode, which is number 4 on my list. I'm like, it's not there. But then I started going down and I'm like, it's better than 13.1 for me. So it's now slotted in the 6th position right now, which is right above 13.1, but 2 below Claudia. There's buried in between there as well. So
I don't need, you know what? Maybe I'm just a bad Warehouse 13 fan, but I can't retain names of the episodes. I don't. And I can't even blame that. Well, maybe I can. Can I blame that on the brain? I don't know.
You normally, when we give you a name of an episode, you're usually on it.
Yeah, but like when you're going back, I don't remember what 13, whatever you just said was.
13.1? That was the computer one with Renee Auberjonois.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
see, once you start talking about it, then I'm like, yeah.
I mean, I remember Burnout. I remember Merged with Caution. That was a great episode. So maybe I am better than I thought.
We disagreed with Burnout because that's my second from the bottom.
Yeah.
Which one was Burnout?
You just said you remember Burnout. Silly.
Yeah, but short term.
All right. Let me give you a actual description. Pete and Myka hunt for a lethal artifact, but it finds Pete first as Pete
Going on his
prepares
back.
to...
Yes, I like Burnout.
Yeah, not so much.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, can have all kinds of different opinions, and they all matter.
Around the Bend. I love Merged with Caution.
Yeah. So
mainly because Myka looks great holding the gun and with her pants in it. Myka.
So it's visuals versus anything. I mean, why not? I mean, that's why you're watching, to watch something hot stuff, right? Carolyn, was there any food in this episode?
There was food in this episode. In the beginning, one of my favorite parts was in the beginning when they were sitting down to breakfast.
What's the smell?
And there was so many like sweets. And Pete was eating a donut. And then they got their missions from Artie. And he's sitting there saying, and he looks at Artie, and Artie's like, what? And he looks at Myka, will you translate? And Myka translates, and Claudia says, aw, you still speak Pete. She says, yeah, well, never cured. Or recovered, never cured. Recovered, never
he's
cured.
Feeling better when he shows her his mouthful.
So there was that food. And then there was mention of other food, but there was also at the end, they were sitting around the table where there was a chair waiting for Myka this time instead of pulling a chair over in the beginning. They were eating salads. And Pete said, what? You didn't bring the ice cream? She says, no, I didn't bring any ice cream. And then Jinx was like, well, you guys eat way too much sugar. Artie's like, I can eat all the sugar that I want. Nobody needs to stop me. But that was the food that I saw in this episode. I think there was mention of others, but I did not write that down.
Well, there's hospital food because it's really bad.
Yeah, well, there's always the bad hospital food, but you didn't see any.
Hey, my hospital food was amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Honestly, it was amazing.
How many drugs were you on?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
There you go.
But Sean wasn't on, and he even liked it because he got free food when I was in there. So
free food, yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I'm still paying for it. But it tasted good. I mean, it only took me 2 days to be able to have whatever on the menu I wanted. So yeah, it was good.
All right.
I did. There was reference when Myka was standing with Pete there at the beginning, and she says, "Pete, I'm thinking we should talk about this. Are we okay?" And he says, "Oh yeah, we're double rainbows. All good."
Double rainbows.
Double rainbows. That's
something that he would say.
Mm-hmm.
He is listed as the star, by the way. He's first billed in this every episode. He's in the credits. He's first billed. Yeah, Eddie McClintock, followed by Joanne Kelly, and then Saul, and then Allison.
Makes sense.
Why? I don't know what he did before, but none of them have done it. I don't know what any of them had done before. So
I don't know why he's first
you would think
billed.
Saul would be first.
You would think, but he's not. They go for the hot guy actor because
No
Hollywood
charge,
is so Hollywood is so sexist, or at least it was back then. It's taken a while.
We say back then, but that was really, when you think about it. Again, we've talked about that because it's only in 2014 when this ended. I think from 9 to 14.
This particular episode aired in 2011. Yeah,
right. Because I was talking about. Remember, I said before they wouldn't let burying wells be a thing.
Yeah,
they would just tease you with it. And then the very next show, the very next year, you have Jamie like half naked on some alien in Defiance, right?
Yeah.
So, or having the bath salts,
with bath
right?
beads.
With orgasms in the bath, right?
Yeah,
so
bath salts.
It was just the very next year, and she was having lesbian relationships with the barkeep. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, it was the
Amanda's
sisters, right?
Amanda's sister.
I don't remember her name either, but it was the sister. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the sister.
Oh my God! You know what? Speaking of Defiance, I saw something the other day with Tony Karonin.
Yeah. Well, he's in everything though.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very sexual, a lot of nudity, a lot of.
I could just see Tony. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But it took me a couple times of watching this. It's like a historical drama, but it took me a couple times of watching this before I realized that that's who he is. I'm like, oh my God. And it changes.
You're like, oh, wait a minute.
I think it's on Prime, but it's called Mary and George. And it's about how this mother and son duo, they seduce King James.
No, that's why you like it. Yeah. Okay. Kenya, by the way, is the sister's name.
Kenya. Thank you.
No, I just happen to like it because I learned a history lesson, and not from the show, but because of someone I follow that does all the history about, this is the King James. That's who he's playing. Tony Karan, he's playing King James.
He's at that level. Go ahead, play King James. You are good.
That's the King James that's the King James version of the Bible. He's
Mary
bisexual.
and George.
Yeah,
it's the name.
King James was bisexual.
Okay, I could see Tony doing that.
Throwing that in there for all the people that
me.
He was in an episode of For All Mankind. I did not catch that.
Oh,
did you catch him being in an underworld with Kate Beckinsale?
I did.
Happy Valley. I've seen this episode too. I got to go back. Oh. Yeah, now I got to go back and watch For All Mankind. There's so much to watch.
Ugh, tell me about it. I know.
Yeah. All right.
I bet he doesn't have a white sack.
Probably not.
It might be a kink that he's carried on for 10 years now.
That was a total inside joke there. Total inside joke.
If we're going to get this on, I need a white sack.
Oh my god, that became the name of our playing group.
Yeah, the White Sackers.
Sack Angels.
Yeah, the White Sackers. I remember every time.
If any of you White Sackers are out there to remember us, hit me up.
Yeah, email her, warehouse13fancast@gmail.com. That's warehouse13fancast@gmail.com. It's in the show notes. It goes directly to Shannon.
Angels.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember that.
We even had t-shirts and mugs
and white sacks.
And white sacks. White grippers.
All right. Next time, we're going to continue on our Warehouse 13 rewatch with season 3, episode 3, Lovesick. And I hate to do this to you, Shannon, but you have your choice between
white love sack. Oh my god.
Yeah. Lovesick is IMDb or TVGuide.com.
IMDb. Never.
IMDb?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah. While Artie and Claudia investigate people turning into clay in Salt Lake City, Pete and a blonde Myka wake up together naked in Artie's bedroom and discover Steve missing. Season 3, episode 3, Lovesick.
You gotta stop saying that.
Lovesick.
Sick. This is a great episode coming up. This is a great one because there's a scene in here where Myka is blonde and she's singing like Marilyn Monroe into her hairbrush. It did things to me.
Do you remember what reoccurring character comes back?
But she's blonde. Not really your type.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that will be a surprise for you when you watch the episode because I ain't telling.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Won't be here next week.
2 weeks.
Won't be here next week.
You know what's going to happen. Either Monday or Tuesday, Shannon's going to go, hey guys, we recording tomorrow?
Brain injury.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
That's why we
one of us
you.
will tell you, no, don't worry about it. It's next week.
Yeah, because our janitor has to be in Florida for work. Whatever.
Not even taking us with you. That's okay.
I know. He didn't even invite us along. Psh, whatever.
I got things to do in Florida.
I'm stretching it, bringing my daughter. Okay, so.
Well, you wouldn't. You just
this
leave
is
me.
a work.
Leave
this is
me
not
on that beach, and I'll be okay.
Yeah, this is not for fun. This is a work trip. So.
Sure, work
for
trip.
Me.
I got this. Wait a minute, Dad.
I would be working. I'm just saying.
Wait, I said I got.
Working
wait a minute.
it.
Dad, you are going
Working
to
in.
Port Canaveral. I'm going. I'm like, no, you're not. Yeah, I am. Come get me at the airport.
That's my dad right there. Can I go there? Just drop me off. I'd be working. It would be a work trip.
Work trip.
Well, I mean, you
Lots
could
of quotations.
audition as a housemat in there. I'm sure they have them there.
Hey, it's a good place to do it.
Let me write that down. One who eats bananas.
All right.
Banana.
Banana. I can make a lot of money on that, actually.
Well, we don't know. I think you should try it and see what you get. All right.
You want my swollen banana? That could be a call. That could be a call signal right there.
Ooh, that there's your call sign. Swollen banana.
There's your
Swollen
TikTok
banana.
account. Yeah, there you go. Swollen
Swollen
banana.
TikTok account.
Oh, ow, that hurt my head.
All right. Until next time, I'm the Janitor SP.
The sci-fi girl.
Motion 363.
Catch
Swollen
Shannon
banana.
on her new TikTok, Swollen Banana. Thanks for joining us for an episode of the Artie's Attic Warehouse 13 Fancast. You can find all our episodes at warehouse13fancast.com. If you'd like to contact us, you can hit us up on our email at warehouse13fancast@gmail.com. We are a part of the Lone Wolf Podcast Network. You can hear more of this cast and other shows like it by checking out lonewolfpodcasts.com. The intro music is Sci-Fi Hybrid Intro by Soundmake, and the outro music is Science Fiction by Tunes to Go. Both were purchased on pond5.com. I told myself I was going to do this. I know nothing's going to change, but Shannon, you gotta stop messing with your microphone in the middle of this whole thing. This constant, that's a lot to deal with in post, so stop it.
No touchy.
Leave the microphone alone. Move your face, not the microphone.
Got it.
How's the job search going?
The things that I'm getting called back on are, thank you for your application, but we've decided to go with someone else.
So annoying.
It is annoying. It's nerve-wracking.
Poop.
But
how many house madam jobs have you applied for?
That's a great idea. I mean, none.
Okay. None.
I mean, you would be really good at that.
Sean was telling me about this video that he watched one time. This girl made thousands of dollars, and all she did was eat a banana on the video. I'm like,
it's true.
Too bad I'm allergic to bananas, but it might be worth it. I mean, for a couple $1,000, it's worth having my tongue swell up. It's okay.
You're like, give me a shot of Benadryl first, and I'll eat the banana.
It might like the drool. You never know. But when I used to spend a lot of time in here on FaceTime, which I haven't done in a long time. So Bear has, ever since Christmas, whenever I bought her that bunk bed with the desk underneath, she needed a chair. So I just gave her that.
She stole your chair.
Yeah. Now it's got like makeup stains and glitter. And
I know the feeling. There's been a lot of furniture upstairs that has had to leave the house.
That still would look good in the OnlyFans.
You know what? I think you should try it. I think you should, if you can't get an interview or can't get a job within the next couple of days, I think you should try OnlyFans this weekend and see how far you can get. You pick your niche. Could be the allergic banana girl. It could be just dishing out real life information to strippers.
Look how, everyone gather around. Let me show you how well I can swell up.
Ooh, I forgot to say one of the things that was also good was at the end where the agents said, well, we knew you could do it. We just had to wait for you to prove that you could do it yourself. And she says, yeah, I just had to, I have proven it that I can do it.
Yeah, when she's talking about
that.
Just nailed an outlet from 20 feet away.